The Bruins, coming off 3 wins in a row, resort back to their 0-2 selves. They get smoked up in Berkeley, and halfway through the season, UCLA is just a 500 ball club. Hey, what's brewing, everybody? I'm Johnathan Khamis, being joined by UCLA beat writer Scott Reed, and all that optimism the UCLA Bruins had heading up north to Cal. That offense was explosive heading into that game, averaging, 297 yards, but only picked up 26 yards on the ground in that game. What did they do to stop that UCLA monster rushing attack?
They put a lot of people, eight guys in the box and made them run the ball. And then UCLA got in a situation where they had to throw the ball. They got behind 14-0 pretty early. There's a lot of people to blame in this thing. Prince is not sharp as he should be. The offensive line was pathetic. And the receiving core is just, maybe it's been one of the biggest disappointments in the Pac-10.
And breaking news today out of UCLA, apparently there's going to be multiple starters and as many as 6 players that will be suspended for the next game. What do you know about that, Scott?
It's multiple starters. It could be, like you said, as many as six players. It's a story that's evolving right now. UCLA right now has no comment, but there's definitely going to be multiple starters missing the Oregon game, which not only are you going to see a weakened team at Austin Stadium against the #2 team in the country, maybe the best team in the country, but it's a huge distraction at a time where UCLA needs to really focus on a number of problems. And I don't think it could have come at a worse time, because I think this season is really in danger of getting away from them.
Okay, here's a question that you posed on the blog, and maybe you can answer your own question. Why isn't Josh Smith returning punts?
It is a good question, and it's a baffling question. I talked to Rick Neuheisel the other night, and he says is because the staff doesn't feel confident in Smith fielding the ball. There's a big difference between fielding the punt and fielding a kick. Okay. But at the same time, I think you just have to take a chance. He's the one guy on that team who's really a big play threat all the time. Every time he touches the ball, it's a big gain. And I think they're in a situation now where they don't have to give him the ball as a punt return, but they also have to find a way to get him the ball as a wide receiver. Now,
going back to Prince and Prince's situation with the team, we had a poll on our site saying who would you rather start, and 90% of the vote went to Briho. Now, we all know the most popular guy on the team is the backup quarterback, but it doesn't seem like UCLA is ready to let Briho capture the reins of this team.
The only vote that counts is Norm Chow's vote, and Norm Chow, I still think, is in Prince's corner. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but you get a feeling that he's not as confident as Briho, and I really don't see Briho faring all that much better than Prince in the situations they've been in.
And I want to get to a quote from Johnathan Franklin, who said something that I thought was interesting. He said, and I quote, "There's definitely a lot of questions to be answered about how bad we want it." He said, "We have to find out who we are." And is it a little bit too late to be asking that question? They're 3-3. It's a mid-season. They do have a bowl game in their future if they get to that point. It's not like they're USC where they don't have a postseason future. Take me through Johnathan Franklin's mindset here.
Well, I think he's right, and I think he's kind of echoing a lot of guys on the team, a lot of guys on the coaching staff. And I think what I thought this Cal game would tell us who they are, and I think what we found is they don't know who they are. I think they're in a very enigmatic team. They're going to be up and down. I think this is going to be a roller coaster ride all season.
So let's go to our reader question of the week. Comes from Jimbo. He asked, why didn't the UCLA offensive coordinator envision Cal playing 8 to 9 guys in the box?
Chow's said all along, I keep waiting for people to try and take the run from us, and they haven't been able to. Well, Cal was able to. Yeah. Although, again, getting back, if you don't go down 14-0, maybe the run gets into the groove, but when you're down 14-0, you got to put the ball up, and then now Cal knows they're putting the ball up, and it was it was the beginning of a long day.
Yeah, and there could be longer days ahead for the Bruins. So we want to thank Scott Reed, and that's going to do it for this edition of What's Bruin. I'm Johnathan Khamis, and for all your latest UCLA information, check out ucla.ocregister.com. Thanks for watching.